Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to week 6 of descriptive and narrative writing. How are you all? I hope you're doing great and just fine. Now, in week 6, we will talk about describing some place. Last week, we already talked about describing someone. This week, it's going to be about some place, and next week's going to be about something. Here are some of the vocabulary related to place: city, traffic, buildings, monument, sidewalk, paint, signs, buses, people. In order to describe a place, you need to have vocabulary related to place. Here are some other examples if you want to describe a place. And remember, in order to describe a place, you need adjective. Charming, cosmopolitan, fascinating, boring, homey, stunning, amazing, enchanting, picturesque, bustling, ancient, compact, polluted, unspoiled, attractive, expensive, peaceful, lively, big, crowded, scenic, vibrant, contemporary, and fresh. So you can say like hustling, bustling of the city, bisa pakai ini. A crowded room, bisa pakai ini. A uh, homey place, meaning place feels like home, and so many other. And here is an example. On Sunday afternoon, I like to spend my time in the garden behind my house. The garden is narrow but long, a corridor of green extending from the back to the house, and I sit on a lawn chair at the far end to read and relax. I'm in my small, peaceful paradise. The scent of the tree, the feel of the grass on my feet, and gentle activity of the fish in the pond beside me. Kita fokus ke paragraf satu ini ya. Jadi dia mendeskripsikan tentang bagaimana dia menghabiskan hari Minggu. Hari Minggu yang nyaman sekali kita lihat di sini ya. Sunday afternoon, dia habiskan waktu di taman di belakang rumah. Oke. Narrow but long. Dia rendah tapi tidak panjang. A corridor of green extending from back to the house. Jadi ada koridor berisi dengan hijau-hijauan. I sit on a lawn chair at the far end of read and relax. Dia lagi duduk nih di lawn chair. Dia lagi baca dan juga sedang santai, sedang relax. I'm in a small peaceful paradise. Dan dia menggambarkan situasinya bagaikan di peaceful paradise karena saking nyamannya. The set of the tree, bayangan-bayangan pohon, kayak tempat basombar begitu. The feel of the grass on my feet. Dia juga menjelaskan tentang bagaimana dia merasakan rumput-rumput di kakinya. The gentle activity of the fish in the pond beside me. Dia juga mendeskripsikan bagaimana dia melihat ikan-ikan di pond, di kolam yang ada di sampingnya. Ini adalah contoh bagaimana mendeskripsikan tempat atau space, a place, dalam karya sastra. Ini dalam karya sastranya Charles Dickens, salah satu penulis terkenal klasik dari UK. It was a town of masonry and tall chimneys, out of which interminable serpents of smoke trailed themselves forever and ever, and never got uncoiled. It had a black canal in it and a river that ran purple with ill-smelling dye. Every vast piles of building full of windows where there was a rattling and trembling all day long, and where the pistons of the steam engine worked monotonously up and down, like the head of an elephant instead of melancholy madness. Charles Dickens, Hard Times. Bisa lihat di sini, kotanya penuh dengan mesin, penuh dengan tall chimney. Apa itu chimney? Yang ada di rumah terus mengeluarkan asap itu chimney. Kayak dia panjang ke atas, ujung bawahnya di rumah itu kayak ada lagi bakar-bakar api, terus ada um, panjang ke atas lalu mengeluarkan asap, itu chimney. I somehow forgot the Indonesian word for chimney. You can Google it up or find it more. Out of which intermittent serpents of smoke trailed themselves forever and ever. Jadi di asapnya tuh panjang bagaikan ular gitu, selalu naik ke atas. It had black canal in it, a river, and ran purple with ill-smelling dye. Ada kanal juga, ada sungai juga, yang kadang-kadang dia jadi ungu. Red fast files of building full of windows. Banyak gedung dengan banyak jendela. Rattling, trembling all day long. Tiap hari selalu berisik dan bergetar. Where the piston of the steam engine were continuously up and down. Ini banyak sekali piston steam engine bergerak secara terus-menerus. Jadi suatu tempat yang penuh dengan ya mesin-mesin. Like the head of an elephant instead of melancholy madness. Dia menggambarkannya sebagaikan kepala dari elephant, gajah. Dia kita bisa lihat, kita bisa merasakan bagaimana deskripsi tempatnya. Itu kayaknya penuh sesak dan penuh asap. Itu tadi skala sastra. Kalau ini contoh bagaimana mendeskripsikan tempat itu tidak harus semegah, semewah karya sastra atau penulis sastrawan. Bisa juga seorang yang hanya berumur 14 tahun bisa mendeskripsikan tempat. Jadi ini adalah satu contohnya. The immense salty and chilly breeze blows in across the swells, bringing with it the pungent smells of seaweed and fish, making me pull my jacket a little longer. Jadi karena dia bau ya, bau dari seaweed dan juga ikan, dia menarik jaketnya untuk menutupi hidungnya mungkin. Sea spray transform into fairy prince as the waves splash against the shore, catch the last golden rays of the sun, and toss them up like a liquid crystals. Jadi bisa bayangkan ini tapanya di mana ya, di lautan, ada ombaknya, ada cipratan-cipratannya, splash against the shore, last golden rays. Bisa bilang ini apa ya, cahaya kalau golden atau emas itu sunrise atau sunset. Kayaknya sunset ya. Ya. Oke. Sekarang agak berbeda dari recorded di meeting sebelumnya. Kali ini bukan menulis 100 kata refleksi tentang presentasi pertemuan kali ini, tapi tentang bagaimana mendeskripsikan tempat. Jadi tugasnya adalah mendeskripsikan foto ini, gambar ini, oke? Apa yang kamu lihat di sini, bayangkan kamu sedang ada di sini, terus kamu mendeskripsikannya. The word limit is 100. Seperti biasa, minimal minimal 100, tapi bisa lebih dari itu. Silahkan menuliskannya di kolom komentar. And that's all for week 6, and I will see you in week 7. Thank you all for coming in, joining in virtually, and I will see you next time. I'm looking forward for your description of this place in the comment section.